document and told the browser that I wanted to center it. I wanted my table width to be the entire browser screen, so I put it at 860. I don't want a border around it. I wanted a little bit of padding around the table, so it's indented a little. TR is your symbol for a row in a table. TD is your symbol for a column in a table. And if you'll notice, I've added an attribute. And this particular attribute is a link. href equals www.shellus. That's because Michael wanted to link to places he has worked in the past and places he's lived in the past. So that's an actual link. There's a lot of attributes that you can use to enhance your website. Pictures, videos, JavaScript. And basically you would just pick a place where you want that to appear and copy and paste those attributes into your coding. So you have basically all of your columns and your rows. You begin them, you end them. You begin them, you end them. You begin them, you end them. And you just make sure that if there's a beginning, there's an end. Now, if you'll notice, within some of the rows, I've actually had line breaks so that there's text within the rows and text within the columns, that there's more than one line. But what this makes happen is a really nice, neat, clean setup that shows up the same way no matter what browser you look at Michael's resume in. And once you get down to the end of the actual table, you would want to do a less than, a forward slash, and table, and less than, and forward slash, and the div to end the centering. Okay, and then we have lists as well. Lists are also a really good way to separate text out from the rest of the text. Simply a list, you would tell it that you want a list, which is the symbol UL, and then you could start listing the items, the separate items on the list. It would indent it, put it separate out from the rest, and put the little bullet. The default item for a list in HTML is a dot, just like it is in a paper document. You can actually change the list element to a little campfire if you have a camping site, or a tent, or a tire if you are into racing, or a record if it's a music site. And then you would end the list, and it would go back to the regular indentation. And then you have his education information, which I chose to to center. So the paragraph is aligned at center. I added all the information for his education. Then I'm done with his resume, so I end the body. And I also am done with the document as a whole. So I'm going to end HTML with the end tag for body, end tag for HTML. And that's the finished product. This right here is where we did the list. There's the little bullets. This right here is the table, the big long table. If you'll notice, everything is all lined up, nice and neat. If I looked at this in Firefox, if I looked at it in AOL, if I looked at it in Explorer, Opera, they're all going to look the same. Any questions?
I have one.
What?
How do you put images on there?
It's in your cheat sheet. It's just IMG, SRC, the equal sign, and the URL, the web address for where that image is located. And then the browser will look for that and place that image on your page where you told it to put it. Any other questions? No. Thank you very much.